Hello again, it's Carmen Writer back with another commentary video. Today we are looking at an older video called How Sonic Got to Suck So Bad by ScrewAttack, now known as Death Battle. Now, I just wanted to make this video because of how much the Sonic hate bandwagon is so widespread, even today. It's annoying because people have gripes with the fanbase, but pin it on the series as a whole. And as someone who likes Sonic, I'll give my 2 cents.
Hey guys, Jocelyn here. Before we get into all the nitty-gritty Sonic stuff, Wiz needs me to direct you to a link in the description. If you follow that link, you'll find a survey, and by filling out that survey, it will help us determine what ads are of most interest to you. I know ads suck, but they really help us keep the lights on.
Yeah, remember when in the old days of YouTube, everyone hated ads with a burning passion? And now all of a sudden, people want them back? Ugh, the way the times change.
Wiz said that if enough people fill them out, I can get business cards. I've always wanted business cards. Alright, I know you guys are ready for some crazy facts about Sonic, but no, not this time. This is a fact-free zone, because today is a special day. Today is Rant Day.
If you're going to state your opinion on certain topics, it helps to support it with facts. They aren't required, but they do help. Then again, this is Death Battle, and they don't care about facts.
Sure, I might just be mad, and yes, maybe it's because Wiz spilt that weird green stuff in the break room and it turned my sandwich into a sentient food being. And no, it didn't help that Boomstick shot it! But you know, none of that matters, because I'm gonna tell you exactly what is wrong with Sonic. I'm Jocelyn the intern. I do all the research nobody else wants to, straight from the desk of Death Battle. Look, I have nothing against Sonic. No, far from it.
Are you sure about that?
I have beef with the Sonic fans because they are the reason we'll probably never get another good Sonic game again.
Also, I doubt the fans have any control over at Sega. But hey, it's the Sonic hate bandwagon, and stereotyping is what we do.
Check it. Most of the time, fan bases keep something alive, like you guys. Thanks to you watching this, I may be able to get my own office. Whew. But the Sonic fans are something different. They suck the life right out of the franchise.
Oh no! How could they? They must have drawn porn. I already did that joke.
Pretty much making sure that no matter what happens with Sonic, there will be some form of outrage. Let's start at the beginning, the birth of Sonic. He was born as a joint venture between Sega Japan and Sega America to help compete against Nintendo's new system, the SNES.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought this was gonna be a fact-free episode. Oh, but it still is, don't worry, because the Sega Genesis came out before the SNES did. It took less than a minute of Googling that to figure that out.
Now here is where they messed up. You see, Sega made tons of different Sonic continuities. Although Japan and America had the same games, we got the bulk of our stories from the cartoons, which were vastly different in their respective countries. America had multiple continuities itself, the most popular one being the Saturday morning cartoon series, better known as Sat AM, which shares a lot of similarities with the Archie comic line, and those two have absolutely nothing in common with the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon.
I wouldn't say it was a mess-up. Franchises have multiple continuities all the time. I mean, look at Bomberman, Kamen Rider. Hell, Marvel Comics! They all have different continuities. So, Sonic having that isn't that weird. Also, all the Sonic cartoons, except Underground, were good, so yeah.
But hey, in the 90s it didn't really matter. All of these different fans would never meet up and fracture the audience into multiple warring factions of fandom. then that exact thing happened thanks to the internet.
The Sonic continuity debate mainly surrounds classic and modern Sonic, so that didn't happen yet. No one was debating what cartoon was canon at the time or anything.
At first it wasn't too bad. I mean, yeah, some people wanted this or that in the general story of Sonic, but mainly they all wanted more badass, fast-paced gameplay. Sadly, we as humans ruined this. Some of you may not remember, and I'm ashamed to admit it, but there was a time in the 90s where gamers simply thought more dimensions meant better games and the future.
I mean, to be fair, it did mean that. Mario 64, Zelda Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, Kirby 64, Star Fox 64, hell, even Pokemon Snap. Also, the PlayStation? Yeah, some games did it poorly, but most of them got it right. And when they got it right, oh boy, did they get it right.
We then collectively looked Sega in the eye and said, "Hey buddy, if you don't make Sonic 3D for his next game, then we won't buy it because we're dumb and we don't know any better."
No one was pressuring Sega to make a 3D game. They didn't have to. They wanted to. Also, way to blame the audience for a bad game, when that's clearly the dev's fault.
Sega, fearing we would give all our money to Nintendo instead, did exactly that, despite the Saturn not being able to support it well.
Yeah, so just fuck Fighting Vipers, then.
Sonic made his jump up in dimensions via Sonic 3D Blast, and it was, well, it was just kinda okay, to be honest.
If it was okay, then that's fine. I don't see the issue.
But then we got Sonic Adventures.
Ah, yes. Sonic Adventures. Yeah, that's my favorite Sonic game. Like Sonic Adventures 2, or Shadow the Hedgehog's, or Sonic Unleashed.
Sega changed all the characters and updated their looks, and this fractured the community more, but overall, Sonic Adventures was the holy grail! We sat with our Dreamcast gleefully spitting on the 64-bit peasants over at Nintendo. But our joy did not last, however. You see, we hastily asked Sega for another, and then Adventures 2 was rushed along, corners were cut, and somehow we ended up with Shadow.
What do you mean corners were cut? Last time I checked, Sonic Adventure 2 was one of the most liked Sonic games out there. Also, don't you pick on my edgy boy Shadow.
At this point, everyone who had grown up with a Genesis moved to the left and promptly said, what the hell is this emo-looking hedgehog doing here? And then everyone 15 years or younger said, whoa, cool, he's black and red and that is so edgy.
Oh yes, immediately discredit the ones you don't agree with by calling them 15-year-olds. Also, of course it's gonna appeal to kids, because it's a game meant for kids.
From there on out, the world of Sonic split in twine, those who held on to the old and those who embraced the new. Sega, confused by thousands of people yelling different demands at them, struck what may be the largest blow to the fandom that has ever happened. They decided to make a standalone Shadow game and flood the franchise with even more stupid characters. But what really caused chaos was this image of Shadow who has an effing gun! Why?
I never understood this complaint. Oh, Shadow has a gun! Like, why? You wanna know why? Because guns are cool. And so the games can be different from the other Sonic games. But no, why bring in new mechanics when we could have the same old shit over and over again?
But it happened, and it instantly made a franchise that was always cool by nature seem like a franchise struggling to remain cool. And oh boy, did people flip their shit. From this point on, all the separate Sonic fan factions have been asking for their perfect Sonic game. So then Sega, in turn, tries to make them all happy, and in doing so, they just seem to piss everyone off even more.
Actually, they did do that. Sonic Generations.
Probably because most of the games suck really bad. Now that you can see just how strange and fractured the Sonic world is, I would like to bring up one final point. Sonic created furries.
And? What's so bad about it? Oh, you're one of those retards who think that all furries fuck dogs or some shit.
Yes, you heard me. It all started in the Sad AM cartoon, Sally Goddamn Acorn. On her own merits, Sally is one bad broad, but she was far too sexualized for an anthropomorphic character on a kids' TV show.
Oh no, sexualized? What are we gonna do? She doesn't have any genitals, genius. Calm down. If she's sexualized, then so is Sonic.
And they didn't stop there. Look at almost all the female characters in the Sonic franchise.
How the fuck is Amy sexualized? Like, I get it with Rouge, but Amy? She's wearing a sleeveless dress. What part of Shimoneta are you from where sleeveless dresses are considered sexualized? That place gave me a fine just because I said I needed to take a piss. Also, even with Rouge, she's supposed to be a play on the sexy female anti-hero trope you see in action movies.
They are all overly sexualized, and this has started a very, very strange subculture. Just Google your name plus the hedgehog. Seriously, any name followed by the hedgehog. You just go ahead and follow that rabbit hole down into the depths of Cringe Town.
Like I said before in my CalArts video, cringe isn't constructive. Also, my friend Baroque, the person who made the stills for me, tried this with his dead name, Hans. And he didn't find a cringy OC, they found a children's book. So yeah, it doesn't work with every name. Also, the fact that all fandoms have porn in them. Whenever people try to pin that blame on Sonic, it's kind of hypocritical because it applies to any franchise.
Although Sonic isn't solely to blame, there was also that lustful look Nala had in The Lion King. Between this and Sonic, our generation was predispositioned for an anthropomorphic fetish.
It's a fandom, not a fetish.
Ugh. Hope you guys enjoyed that.
Wrong.
So, that's all there is. It's no wonder ScrewAttack fell into the depths of obscurity. If you like what you saw, leave a like and subscribe. If you want more from me, you can follow my Instagram and watch my DeviantArt. If you want to support the channel, you can donate to my Patreon. And until next time.
Good night. Have a sweet dreams.
'Cause I'm a phone, dark and cover, here I come, I'm a phone,